Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As I was about to title today's video, this 6'9 shooting guard is a 5-out nightmare in NBA 2K23 comp pro-am. So, this is the build that I have organized for what I would want to be on if I was using a build 4-5 out in 2K23 as a 2-guard build. This is what I truly feel like I could fit at and be really nasty with it. And not to give any spoilers away to you guys too much, but I have thoughts of teaming up with another content creator who happens to do this 5-out stuff as well. And this would be the type of build that I would want to play on if we were doing a double 5-out lineup, where someone else is the point guard and I was the shooting guard, and I would use this build exactly. And I'm going to explain to you guys how I would plan that out. And I don't have the build made yet, there's no gameplay of it, so I do apologize for that. But I want to talk about the logistics of this and talk about how nasty of a situation this could be in a 5-out offense at that 2-guard playing one of the wings. And screw it, let's just drop the name. It's a situation where I and Joe will be playing on maybe a different team that both of us organized together. We only play on like maybe one league, and it won't troll either of our teams as far as his black market or my long-awaited team. Neither of the runs are going to get like really screwed over by that. It's going to be a secondary thing that maybe we just put on the back burner, and we could get a couple of games in for content. It could be fun, maybe have one little playoff run or something like that, and we can see where it goes at the very least. But again, I don't want to really give anybody the impression that that would be our main team by any means. It's just something that me and Joe thought would be a cool idea, could maybe be something we could try, and we'll see if it even falls through, to be honest with you guys. But the idea of the build that I have for something like this, where I could be a wing shooter and like kind of just secondary ball handler in a 5-out, would be a build that capitalizes the dunk meter specialty while still having 92 3-pointer and gold limitless, and still being a secondary ball handler with obviously the gold clamp breaker, with 87 ball handle, good playmaking badge count, still 82 pass ac, and could still even guard wing or corner very viably, whichever of the two would be necessary for this build. And again, the real threat that this provides is the fact that, yes, when it comes to shooters in a 5-out, it's really tough for a defense to be able to pinch off of an elite shooter on that wing, because obviously you have to send some help to the point guard or the 5-out like ISO guy from the top, right? You have to send some help. But with this situation in hand, it's not that I have to be a complete sniper from the wing. It is still ideal. I would definitely figure out a jump shot that I want to run with that and still be comfortable with catch and shoot jumpers as well. But the main thing is that if you pinch off of me on a wing, whoever it is in the 5-out of just an ISO from the top, if you pinch off of me from the wing and leave me on an open rim run from the wing, this is now downhill action that's attacking super hard. Whether it's even off cuts too, could be done, where I could just cut with all the balls in someone's hand. They don't even have to pass to me. Or, obviously, if they do pass to me, the catch and run mechanics of this game are ridiculous as far as just being able to catch it on the wing, sprint straight to the direction that you're already like pre-holding as you catch it, and boom, you're already downhill, running super fast off that, and with 92 dunk. While it is only silver poster, and yes, I know maybe we could try and get something that's along the lines of still having 92 and 92, or more so 93 dunk with 92 3-pointer. It is capable to be done on 6'8". However, with 6'8", you're going to be trolling your finishing badge count really hard. You're going to really have to get up on the defense if you want to run things like Challenger and Interceptor as well, because obviously, as we know, things like Challenger being tier 2 is very convenient for a 6'9" in comparison to 6'8", where it's a tier 3, and you would need like 16 defensive badges to even be able to run this. Also, once again, new core badge pattern coming in fire for the season 6 stuff. I'm getting close to it. I'm like level 31, but with that new core badge pattern, you'll be able to run 1 finishing, 1 shooting, and 2 playmaking, and that would allow you to run things like clamp breaker, unpluckable, and handles for days, and then still have enough extra badge points to put on your finishing and shooting and all types of stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a fire badge count for both. You get 81 mid-range with Hoff Mini Magician, 25 shooting badges, 92 3-pointer for the gold limitless, all types of stuff like that too. I mean, you could run all these tier 3s as far as the important ones. If you wanted Deadeye, I guess you could too, but as far as the badge count, realistically, we'd probably end up just not running Deadeye and be able to run Green Machine and Agent 3 as well. We'll go over the badge spread pretty soon, but again, some people may question, is this really worth making if you're only going to have silver poster? I don't think the difference between silver and gold poster is some unbelievable, undoable thing. And for this to be the one like gap you can bridge between it, and we'll come back out here and just show you guys this real quick. If you go 6'9", 6'9", obviously on the wingspan, it puts you at 93 3-pointer. You don't really want that. If you go 6'11" wingspan, you get that 93 dunk, but you don't get the gold limitless on the 3-point shooting, obviously with the 92. If you go 6'8", you could go down in the wingspan enough to get that 92 3-pointer and still have 95 dunk as your threshold, obviously, right? But now the problem is the badge tiering and just the affording of the finishing badges in general. I know some people are questioning like, oh, what about the fact that you only get silver poster? But honestly, if you think about it, when you make a build like this, how are you going to be able to even get slithery in the first place with a build like that at 6'8"? I mean, if you go with like the 70-something standing dunk, and then this 93 driving dunk, 80 driving lay, and even if you go with that 85 close shot that I had originally, you're still at 20 for the finishing badge count. You need to put extra, at least 4 on this to even be able to afford poster, slithery, and takeoff with one of them cord. And then even at that point, you are still spending 5 points to like Fearless Finisher, 2 more to Acrobat, and like 3 more, I don't even know what, Bronze Fast Twitch, something like that. It's just tough to like really fathom. And then as you can see, if you fill it out with maybe all the necessaries that we would have, like obviously with this, you'd want the 89 ball handle. Maybe we go even lower on the pass act, just like 78 or so. Put the 3-pointer up to 92, and then we'll even leave the mid-range standard. When you get to that point and you start upgrading stuff like the excel, the speed, the vert up to 82 for the elite contacts, now you're in a situation that's very hard to make this happen. The Prim D is not going to get high enough. The steel is maybe going to get high enough for Silver Interceptor, but now you're in the situation where, as you can see, you're kind of stuck. You're not going to be able to get defensive badge count high enough to even get Challenger in the first place. Maybe you can do all it takes to run Silver Interceptor, but that's dangerous. And both of these builds, whether it's the one that I'm like, showcasing in today's video, or let's say even Joe's build that has like very low perimeter defense, and it's not even that low, it's still 78 prim and like 78 steal or something like that, but it can't get Challenger because it's 6'8". So as a 2-guard, I would want for a build to be able to have Challenger, whether it's even for being able to shrink the floor out the corner, or if it's for guarding wing as well. And whatever comes with that on top of that. But again, just to kind of backtrack here, I don't think the 6'8" 2-guard is the way to go. I think 6'9" would be so fire, and I mean, this is still okay. I still think 92 dunk with silver poster, plenty fine. I'd probably end up still coring poster though, to be honest with you guys. Fast twitch might be a really annoying thing to go for, but this is one of the only builds I would even still consider making. And to be fair, like I said, it's not 100% factual that me and Joe will end up doing this. This was just a thought that I thought would be really cool to showcase to you guys in build format as far as a video goes, and let you guys know that this would be something I kind of want to make as long as he was interested, because I don't know if there's anybody else that I'd really be willing to defer to as far as a 5-out team goes. And again, some people may be like, well, isn't that a little bit too much paint packing as far as the builds and situation and stuff like that goes? But like I said, 92 3-pointer, spotting up the wing can be very viable. I've been really getting comfortable with shooting in this game just in general over the last couple of weeks, and I would even say over the last couple of months. I've been working on it quite a bit. And to still have that threat of the dunk beater, elite contact dunks, it's still gold takeoff, it's still gold slithery, and I'll tell you what too, some people may end up having to put their 2-guards on a build like this as well. That may be a problem for a lot of people, and I mean, it's still a viable wing cutter as well. The close shot ability of this is crazy as well. The standing dunk is still very good and can obviously proc those really good standing dunk animations. And even the midi magician is kind of nice to have too. A little Westbrook cross into the midi with Hoff midi magician as well, 81 mid-range. I mean, that could be pretty good. So I know the speed is a little bit lower. I could have this at, I believe, 83 or so, but it's hard to afford all this stuff, obviously. So 9 defensive badges, still going to give you Challenger and Interceptor, both, and then we could still run Bronze Box Out Beast as well. I don't intend to run Clamps unless I was going to be the guy guarding wing. I'm not under that impression though, as far as like early impressions, as if I were to play on a lineup like this or to do the duo that we're talking about here, but obviously that could still be done to run the Bronze Clamps. It's not a huge deal breaker though. I think Challenger and Interceptor is what you're really going for, and then the Bronze Box Out Beast, if guarding corner, would be the most ideal thing. As far as takeovers, I don't know exactly what I would want to run, but this is at least my idea right now, and I'm gonna put it in your guys' shoes. So let's say you're playing as a secondary ball handler for 5-out, and your main ball handler is obviously someone that's still very capable of shooting as well. So what you could do is, if you end up on takeover as a secondary ball handler, now you have been promoted to the main ISO guy. You are now the main 5-out. Now if I have easy blow-bys, I'm running the 5-out show, and I'm putting the other person on the wing, essentially. And that could be crazy too, to just trade reps of takeover, so then when the other person has their takeover off throwing you assist and throwing you those little dots to the wing or passes to the wing that dump it off to me, and then I run in and dunk meter as well, and we both get takeover off that, whoever is active with the takeover, and you can split it very, very knowingly between the two of you, as in the main ball handler could pop their take, then when theirs is done, even though yours has been ready for a while, you pop yours, and now it's your time to shine. And that could be some devious stuff, bro. I'm telling you guys, I know some people may think like it's a little bit of like the Luka Kyrie, you can't have 2 ball dominant players on a court at the same time, but with me, I think this is a really tough situation to deal with as a defense, where if you sag off of me or pinch toward the main ball handler at the top of the key off of me on the wing, that is a dunk meter waiting to happen and waiting to come on the other end. And also the other thing too, I could attack the guard sides. So I'm gonna just give you guys the example of me playing with Joe. If Joe's in the middle of the court and I'm on the left wing, whoever's in the left corner we could put it to the situation where they're going to have to be guarded by the point guard, because obviously with the 5-out styles that me or Joe do, it's typically Tonic who could play on one of the corners. So we could just put Tonic in the right corner, and let's say put like an IQ or a Swag or something of that sort in the left corner. What that allows us to do is I could just always spot up left wing, and I'll be on the guard side nearly every time. So when the guard tries to pinch off that corner on my neighboring like area, because I'm obviously off the wing, that's tough, bro. If they're trying to pinch off of me already toward Joe in the middle, there's problems, because then I obviously have so much more room and a small guy in the nearest corner to me, and that's a just choo-choo train waiting to come right down the middle of the lane, or at least from the left wing. But that's my idea as far as that stuff goes. I'll keep you guys posted if that's something that we actually see through. I'm hoping that's something he's looking forward to, but we'll see. Anyway, I am going to get these badges kitted out real quick. Alright, so badge-wise, as you can see, we only have Bronze Acrobat. If I wanted to put one extra finishing badge in here, we could to be able to get that. But as you can see, we're looking at Gold Slithery, Gold Takeoff, Gold Fearless, and then Silver Poster, Gold Fast Twitch as well. So I know I did talk about obviously the badge tiering being an issue, yet at the same time I'm going with 2 tier 3s, and Fast Twitch moves up to a tier 3 as opposed to a 6-8. It's like a tier 2, but for that matter, it's still Slithery tier 1. That's a huge difference as opposed to it being tier 3, and that goes a long way, man. And I really do still think that this 6'9" having 92-92 is the move. I've even seen my boy Kitchen use a build like this that was 92 dunk, 92-3. It was fire. That man was out here using the dunk meter. He was shooting like really good on the wings as well. I think it's a very competent combo that you could have between those 2 ratings. But I would say it's almost necessary to core Fast Twitch unless I wanted to put 2 extra finishing badge points in, because then I could go like silver core on the poster and then put it all into Fast Twitch, and then I would need 2 extra points or 1 obviously for Acrobat. So it is what it is. It's just a couple options that I wanted to showcase to you guys. I'm not sure which I would do yet. Again, I don't have to make the build yet, so it is what it is, but that's what we're looking at for the finishing. Now for the shooting, we have Agent, Green Machine, Blinders, and Limitless are for sure what we're going to run. Now, I could go either Gold Catch and Shoot only, or I could go something more along the lines of maybe like Claymore on Hoff with like Gold Volume Shooter, something like that. Who knows? I don't really know which is the most viable. We could also vouch for the Hoff Mini Magician depending on playstyle, or I might even find myself running a double shooting core of some sort. But we'll have to see. Obviously, I think the finishing core is pretty necessary. However, if I didn't run finishing core, all it means is I can't run Fast Twitch, because then at that point you would see, obviously, we're in a situation like this where it's back to kind of square one. So that's the couple of options we have. If I ran the double shooting core, I'd be able to run a defensive core, which would mean I could run clamps. But it's just a couple options I wanted to go over. So who knows? I just wanted to showcase that I think this shooting badge count could be really good. Not to mention, as you're going to see, we have a lot of extra badges we could spend too. I mean, we're going to run the double playmaking core, was the plan at least. So it would be 2 play, 1 shooting, 1 finishing, obviously. So again, to kind of retrack our steps here, that would come back to the core Fast Twitch. We're still in the 1 shooting core category with the Gold Limitless as well. And then as you can see, again, with the playmaking, it's under the impression we're double coring Unpluckable and Clamp Breaker, then still running Silver Handles, Bronze Bailout, Silver Needle, Gold Quick First Step, Gold Hyperdrive, and then Bronze on the dimer as well. I think this is a little bit maybe too many playmaking badges too. You could justify for not running the needle threader and not really needing the dimer, but it's tough to meet that little threshold because obviously we need 3 tier 3s. So we would need enough points to core badge all through, like at least 2 of them, or at least 1, obviously, if you added a bunch of extra. So this is where I'm trying to explain to you guys too. I think this new core badge pattern that runs the double play, 1 shooting, 1 finishing is going to be really good for a build like this, because then I have 8 extra badge points left over to play with. And if we are double coring Unpluckable, where as you can see you'd be having 2 cores, we're just being figurative right here, it's everything I need for playmaking. Finishing, I only maybe need 1 more badge, and then defense is plenty fine too. I could maybe add enough to run clamps just in case I wanted or needed it, but I honestly still think it's going to be plenty fine if you were to just run Interceptor and Challenger and then the Bronze Box Out Beast. And now you're left over with like 7 or 8 shooting badge points, up to like 32 shooting badges, bro. That'd be insane. And you'd be able to run all types of stuff between still running Catch and Shoot, still running Claymore. Maybe I could skip out on running Volume, and maybe I could just run like Midi and Claymore, or just Claymore. Don't really know. I wanted the 81 mid-range for shooting badge points and the ability to run Midi Magician, but who knows if it'd really be useful or not, I guess. But it was something that we could just throw in for the extra badge points. It was a nice little addition. But that's my look on the build. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this. I think the wingspan is plenty enough too. I know with the smaller wingspan comes worse contest, but I do believe the 6'10 wing can still be good for corner contest, or if I'm guarding like shooting guards essentially. I think this type of a team would definitely need one of the kind of locks, so to say. So let me just be completely open with you guys, because I know I might be trolling Joe for even putting this video out, because it's not even really an inconvenience to either of our teams. So it's not like if any of his teammates heard about me talking about this in the video, or my teammates heard about me talking about this in the video, that it even affects them like that. It would just be one little league on the side or something like that for content. But under the impression that we would be on a double 5-out lineup like that, he would be at the 1, I would be at the 2, we would be our main, secondary, and primary ball handlers. Then maybe we have like an AK at like the opposite wing on like his 6'8" that has 92 3-pointer and 92 perimeter defense. He could be the on-ball defender, or let's say like Bauer from Joe's team, where he would have really good defense and also could like just guard ball as a true pure lock, and then still be one of our opposite wings too. And then I think Tonic would be a must-have. I think it'd be a fire addition to our like team just to play with something like him. And then whether our back end would be Swag or IQ, it's pretty much just me and Joe, and then a combination of our two teams of whoever wanted to play between like the 4, 5, and the second wing defender, while still needing someone to guard ball as well as a lock. But that's pretty much the look on this, and this is where I think this could fit really well together. And yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes, but the main point of me making this video was to showcase to you guys how lethal of a build this could be on a 5-out team on the opposite wing of your main ball handler. This could just be so devious, bro, whether it's on cuts with a good close shot, whether it's just for cuts just in general with a really good driving dunk, or again, the catch run dunks. I really cannot stress enough how easy that would be under these circumstances, where if they are pinching off of me onto the main ball handler in the middle, how easy it would be for me to just catch, run, go, catch, run, dunk on the quick drop, or again, put the dunk meter on them, and that could really be a problem. Or for that matter too, I could even just get on the catch and run and then get below the basket, bait the dunk, and make people jump at it. And obviously 85 close shot, gold fast twitch, that's a problem. That's going to be really mashable, and I'm like a mobile masher, pick and roller kind of. Not to mention too, this could be used as a pick and roller, pick and popper. There could be multiple different offensive sets. Again, the double staggered like takeovers, where if Joe had his takeover, he goes crazy. If I get my takeover through just the off-ball things that I do, then I go crazy in the main top of the key 5-out. I mean, this has some wheels to it, man. I think this could be really, really nasty. But again, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to leave your comments below. If you made it to the end of the video, put 2 guard or put SG in the comments. Search Perch me all the way through. But anyway, that's all. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll keep you guys in the loop on something like this as well, as far as whether I'm going to make the build, whether the team even is going to be played. It's probably something fun for the summer that we could just do, essentially. So I'm looking forward to that as far as an idea, and we'll see if it goes through. But anyway, that's all. Hope you all enjoyed. And that, take it easy, man. Peace.